Welcome to the ninth video in this tutorial series, Solidity Beginner to Intermediate. And today we're going to be discussing pure functions. So pure functions in Solidity, it's a simple but powerful concept. And using pure functions in your smart contracts can make it more efficient and more modular, and save gas along with some other benefits that we'll discuss. All right, so what you're seeing on the screen, it's a tiny smart contract called pure view, and it has one function called get addition. So in this function, we're taking in two arguments, a and b, of uint 256, and we're returning the data type uint 256. So in the body of the function, you see that it's just doing one operation, a plus b, and then returning the answer. All right, so let's look at the different features of a pure function. So it's immutable. Right, so pure functions in Solidity are also known as immutable functions because they don't modify the state of the contract. So they don't change any of the state variables. It doesn't use storage or anything like that. And pure functions cannot modify the storage, like I just said, emit events, or call other functions that are not pure. All right, so notice this right here, call other functions that are not pure. So it can call other functions, but they have to be pure, right? And they operate only on their input parameters and nothing else. Predictable results. Given the same inputs, a pure function will always produce the same output. So this property makes them deterministic. Right? So basically what that means is that we know what this function will do. And this function will always depend on its input. Its output will always depend on its input, so it's deterministic. Gas-free calls. Since pure functions don't modify the state, they do not consume gas when called externally. They are executed locally on the caller side. So this right here is an interesting use case. Like, just knowing this will allow you to save gas in your contracts just by using the pure keyword on your functions. Useful for mathematical operations, often used for mathematical computations and utility functions where you need a result based solely on the provided inputs. So that should be obvious. All right. So it cannot read state variables, so it doesn't interact with any type of storage at all. Right. So pure functions cannot read state variables from the contract. They only work with the provided function parameters, like we discussed earlier. And I noticed this is one that a lot of people don't really understand about pure functions, but the compiler enforces that pure functions adhere to their restrictions, providing a level of safety and preventing unintentional state modifications. So, the compiler also checks and makes sure, you're using the pure function in the right way, to avoid any unintended consequences. So that's it. It's a simple concept but powerful concept, and it's very useful to know, right? So once you know this, you can start using it and making your contracts more efficient. Well, that's it for this lesson. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next one.